Aisha tomorrow, so I'm gonna crash. This is my absolute victory, Deck 12 baseball teams. Let's dig into why this happened. Moving to point 3, Ram and Jiro after this is over. But then, in just a few days. Another day, another dollar. Wait, no, you guys ain't making money. You degenerates are just rotting in bed, scrolling through Matome sites on your phones, throwing stones at people's scandals, and getting off on your fake sense of justice. Well, guess what? That justice of ours? We might just be slaves to the system. Look, I'm gonna give it to you straight. Today's topic is a bit galaxy brain, so I'm gonna lay it out first. Point 1, you guys act like good people, but that's cap. Fake as hell. Point 2, the dark truth behind the Stanford Prison Experiment. Point 3, dehumanization and the trap of the system. And finally, point 4, the system is the root of all evil. I'm gonna run through these 4 steps real quick. And don't give me that too long and read bullshit. Just shut up and listen till the end for once. Let's start with point 1. You guys act like good people, but that's cap. Every single day, you look away from the harsh reality of your 150,000 yen take-home pay. You grip your phones, and the second someone gets canceled online, you swoop in like vultures. You get all high and mighty, spewing common sense like this is unforgivable, or they have no common sense as a working adult, just to feel good about yourselves. Yeah, me too. Food tastes incredibly good when it's seasoned with other people's misery. Absolute schadenfreude. But think about it for a sec. Are you degenerates actually good people? Huh? I would never commit a crime, you say? I'm a good law-abiding citizen? Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Press X to doubt. That statement right there just proves you're brain dead with zero imagination. We just trick ourselves into thinking we're normal, good people with rationality and morals. The second our environment changes or we get handed some special authority, regular normies like us turn into absolute demons. Nanny. You look clueless, like you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Just shut up and listen. Humans rot so easily depending on the situation. It might sound counterintuitive, but this is the real world. Sure, there are exceptions, but look at the big picture here. Leave your feelings at the door and listen. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Moving on to point 2, the dark truth behind the Stanford Prison Experiment. You clueless goobers who don't know this are just gonna get exploited your whole lives, so take notes. This is gonna be on the test. It's an insanely famous story in psychology. There was this absolute unit of a psychologist named Philip Zimbardo. Dr. Zimbardo ran a seriously messed up experiment on the Lucifer Effect. The idea that humans can become either angels or demons. Lucifer, you know, the fallen angel. A guy who used to be an angel but turned into a demon. That's the horror story that went down at Stanford University in America back in 1971. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Look, they didn't gather a bunch of serial killers, psychopaths, or crazy degenerates for this. They just picked up totally normal, mentally stable students from a prestigious university. The kind of guys you'd see walking down the street. And then, just by flipping a coin or whatever, they assign roles. You're a guard starting today. You're a prisoner starting today. They tossed them into a fake jail built in the university basement, paid them a daily wage, and let them live there for a bit. At first, everyone was just goofing around like, hey, nice to meet you, fellow prisoner. Or good luck on guard duty, bro. Let's go grab some Ram and Jiro after this is over. But then, in just a few days, seriously just a few days, those normal student guards got completely drunk on the lethal drug of power and started treating the prisoners like livestock. Hey you, do push-ups right now. Lower, put your back into it. They'd wake them up for roll call in the middle of the night, barking out meaningless orders over and over. Wanna go to the bathroom? Wash the toilet bowl with your bare hands first, then maybe I'll let you. Yikes. Physical violence was banned at first, but the mental torture and cruel harassment just kept escalating. In just a few days, man. It makes you wonder how humans can rot so entirely just from a fake job title. It got so scary for the people watching that they had to pull the plug. The experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks, but it was canceled after just 6 days because it got way out of hand. They really fucked up. I can't even laughing my ass off at this. This is a pitch black, dark era episode. A far more devastating losing streak than 28-3 or any dark era of the 12 baseball teams. Let's dig into why this happened. Moving to point 3, dehumanization and the trap of the system. You're probably thinking, weren't the guard guys just inherently fucked up in the head? Just a coincidence, right? Well, nope. They were all completely normal dudes who passed the psychological tests. The trick is simple. Right. Assigning roles and granting anonymity, that's what destroys rationality. They gave the guards sunglasses, uniforms, and nightsticks so you couldn't see their individual faces. They made the prisoners wear these weird, flimsy smocks, put stocking caps on their heads, and called them by numbers instead of names. Like, hey, number 819. What happens then? You stop seeing the other guy as a human being. A phenomenon called dehumanization kicks in. While you're calling them by a number instead of a name, you start justifying it in your head. This isn't a human with feelings, it's just an object. And since it's an object, I can do whatever the fuck I want to it. Let me dumb it down for us. Doesn't this structure feel familiar? Yeah, it's the exact same structure as our anonymous image boards. You degenerates look at the flesh and blood humans on the other side of the screen and treat them like punchable icons or washed up toys. You put on the uniform of anonymity and beat the living shit out of them online. Whenever a voice actor gets into a scandal or a flame war breaks out, some dude who usually sits quietly on the commuter train turns into an absolute bloodthirsty demon on the internet. It's not just that their individual personality is trash. The environment makes them that way. Iron bars and uniforms strip away the thin skin of rationality like it's nothing. The only reason we can talk mad shit online is because we're sitting safely inside the system of anonymity. At the end of the day, if the environment changes, you guys are exactly the kind of people who would gladly be on the stone-throwing side. You think that's just your headcanon, isn't it? Nope. It's a historical fact, proven by Dr. Zimbardo as the Lucifer Effect. Yikes, that's scary as hell. We're in the endgame now. This leads us right into the 4th point. The system is the root of all evil. To put it bluntly, individual personality and morals are completely fucking useless. There are a bunch of factors, but the most brutal reality is that the system, the environment, completely controls the individual. What Zimbardo wanted to prove wasn't that a few specific bad apples are rotting the world. It was the despair that an inescapable evil system turns anyone into a monster. No matter how much we think, I'm a good person, I'm righteous. If you get thrown into that situation, you'll drown in peer pressure and the sweet nectar of power. Boom, Lucifer Effect. And you're instantly a freshly baked demon. Nobody can resist that current. This fact goes against your intuition, right? You want to push back with pure emotion saying, I'm different. I'd never do that. But leave your feelings at the door and separate facts from opinions. This is what humans are. To stop everyone from acting cruelly, the only way is to restrict power and put in outside checks and balances to monitor it. You can't trust humans. You've got to bind them with systems. To put it another way, the fact that you lads are glued to my stream right now, listening with one earbud, hitting the like button, subscribing and typing, laughing my ass off in the comments. That might just be because of this whole vibe and situation I've created. You might just be dancing perfectly to the system known as OP. It's basically a type of brainwashing. But hey, even if you realize that, you degenerates have too much free time anyway. You're just gonna go back to scrolling Matome sites and throwing stones at someone else, right? Fair point. Me too. In the end, the only right we have is to live tomorrow half-assed, just like today. We're just gonna feel relieved thinking, wow, there are some real brain-dead idiots in this world. Soak in that superiority complex of at least I'm doing better than them. Binge eat a massive meal, pass out, and go to sleep. Alright, I run my mouth a lot, but here's where we land. Final chapter. Yep, wrapping this up like experiment concluded. I talked too much. Too long, didn't read version. Humans are ultimately just slaves to their environment. Are you guys gonna doubt your own sense of justice and quiet down a bit starting today? Probably not. You'll completely forget by tomorrow and go right back to partying over someone's downfall. Classic brain dead behavior. Well, not my problem anyway. Wait, what? The momentum is dead. This place is a ghost town laughing my ass off. Is this topic already dead content? You guys flip-flop so fast, I'm gonna tear my rotator cuff. I've gotta wake up early to commute to Haisha tomorrow, so I'm gonna crash. This is my absolute victory declaration. You degenerates hurry up, close your phones, and go to sleep. Next time, I'm gonna break down the bystander effect. Alright, stream dismissed.